Home, the SA Municipal Workers Union say they're going to court to try and overturn a law that bans anyone working for a municipality from also holding a political office. In other words, someone working for a council, for example, as a municipal manager or librarian or as a street sweeper, is not allowed to hold an office in a political party. This legislation, gosh, was first proposed over 10 years ago to stop parallel hierarchies. In other words, at the moment, there may be people who are a mayor in a council. They technically employ someone who's the leader of their political formation and their political party. Nkhetheni Muthavhi is the National Deputy General Secretary of the South African Municipal Workers Union. Nkhetheni, good afternoon to you. Why are you going to court to overturn this legislation?
Afternoon, Stephen, and to the viewers. We think this limit the political participation. It's a backdoor reversal of what the Constitution in Section 19 indicate that we will enjoy freedom to participate or to join any organization of our choice and even to be elected at a leadership position. And it's narrow in that it only limits municipal workers. And that is why we're going to court. We are saying we've got freedom of association. We must be allowed to participate in a political organization of our choice without being limited.
Okay, but this goes in many ways. And it's not only council workers in Nkhetheni. I mean, myself as a journalist,
yes,
would not really be able to do my job if I was also the regional leader of the Democratic Alliance or the ANC or the EFF or the ACDP. So it's not just your members. I mean, don't we in life have to make choices? And this is one of those choices.
No, definitely. What you are raising is what we have argued. It does not only apply to the local government workers only. There's also your national government. What about those who are also in the National Executive Committee of ANC, just for argument's sake, but they're not DGs, but they will be allowed to participate in that way? Why do you limit municipal workers? And the assumption that is being made is that, for example, I work for the city of Tshwane municipality. I'm not in any position to influence the executive mayor because he comes from the DA. So therefore, this argument is skewed. It makes an assumption that every person who's participating in an executive should therefore have power over those who are above him in terms of hierarchy in the municipality. That is not correct. I'm also an executive member of Communist Party, for example. Communist Party is not leading in any municipality. What influence do I have against the managers in the city?
Yes,
so we think that is unfair, and it's also contradict the Constitution, which give us guarantee and freedom of association, which has given us guarantee to make a choice in terms of politics.
Right, I'm going to come to the Constitution in a moment, but first, COSATU, so Samwu, your body that you're a leader of, belongs to COSATU. COSATU has said that they want Celiya Brink, the DA mayor of Tshwane, to resign. Now, isn't that the issue? You, as a leader for Samwu, can say to COSATU, please demand that Celiya Brink resign. In other words, you've gone to a union federation, and I'm sure, Nkhetheni, been part of a decision to say we want the mayor to resign. So what you've done is politically you're trying to remove your own boss. Isn't that a problem?
No, but that's not the only person that people have raised. Even other organizations have raised. If you go to Limpopo, they've raised about the certain MEC. Those are political statements that will be made, irrespective of the position that I occupy currently. Those are positions that will make out of frustration, for example, when a certain political leader take a certain political stance. So as COSATU, they have got that particular position to say, let's remove that particular mayor, or that is our position. But we don't preside over the mayor. That is the case that we are referring to.
Yes, but what you're doing is you're trying to get involved in politics while you're working for the council. Isn't that the problem?
No. We are raising issue with our employer. Unfortunately, the employer in this case, it will be Brink, who's the mayor in Tshwane. It could have been somebody else. So this is when he's at the office, we don't see him as a politician, but we see him as our employer. If it was any other firm, we would have raised it in the similar manner.
Okay, you talk, let's go to the Constitution now, Nkhetheni. You talk about the rights that you have as workers, and that's fine, I accept that. On balance, you probably do. I mean, you know it's my job to argue with you, so I will. But also, as citizens, and let me argue with you now, as citizens, don't we have the right to have an apolitical service? In other words, doesn't my right, anyone's right as a citizen, to get a service that has got nothing to do with politics? I just want my rubbish collected. Now, surely that should be an issue. I have that right. And if I have that right, isn't part of that right weakened if I have politicians, active politicians, working in the council?
No, I don't think that argument is correct. Take it this way. I stay in Tshwane. I work for the city of Tshwane municipality. If the refuse bin is not removed from my area, whether I'm a politician or not, it also affects me. In other words, rendering of service has nothing to do with politics. When I drink water, the water does not come out blue because I'm under the DA-led municipality. I must make sure that let's professionalize our institution. For example, the municipality need to be professionalized. And when we are working as a professional, you forget about your political affiliation. You render services as if that service is going to you. If I'm a bus driver and I have to take kids to school, my kids are consumers of that particular service. I can't say because now it's the DA, then therefore I need to drag my feet. Therefore, because I'm a politician, I can do this and that. This thing it's going to go also to teachers to say teachers must stay away from politics. This one must go, nurses must go away from politics. That you are making sure that we have got citizens that are depoliticized. And that is wrong. People need to be active citizens.
Okay. You must admit, Nkhetheni, you must admit that our councils are a mess in so many cases, right? And one of the reasons for this, and I made the point in my introduction, is that there's a parallel hierarchy. So in some places, this doesn't happen in Tshwane, at least not at the moment, but you will have a person who works for a council in a relatively low position, but they hold a very high position in a political structure. So they will be the regional chair of the ANC, for example, which means they have political authority over the mayor, who comes from the ANC. So now, the mayor is actually the employer, so the boss, in the council of someone who has political authority over them in the ANC. That must be a problem.
No, it can't be a problem. Remember, in the municipality, we've got an accounting officer. The accounting officer is the city manager, is not a politician, for example, who's hired through the process. And that process is not political. You look at the qualification, and that is the person administratively that will have to deal with that particular junior staff. It has nothing to do with that. So this parallel thing, I don't even understand how people arrive at saying that will then have a parallel hierarchy. This side you are senior, this side you are junior. This thing is not new. You had brothers born which has similar arrangement, and it has never been a problem.
Nkhetheni, you're really going to argue that the Broederbond is a good example to follow? I'm just going to give you a minute to retract that, because come on, you know better than that, Nkhetheni. Come on.
No, but I'm just
retract it and then we can move on.
No, let me retract it so that we move on. But I'm just showing you that there are many other hierarchies that are out there. For example, I may be a chief from the village where I come from, and I'm a subordinate of a person who's senior to me. You understand? We come from the same village. Then we then say the chief cannot work here because now it's, in terms of hierarchy, it gives parallel hierarchy. This side I'm above him, this side is below me, therefore I will have influence against that person. We've got rules, we've got laws in this country that we need to follow depending on where you are.
Well, this is one of the laws, isn't it? That's why you've gone to the court.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Nkhetheni, it's going to be a fascinating argument. Thank you. Nkhetheni Muthavhi.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Sure, you too.
Sure.
The National Deputy General Secretary of the South African Municipal Workers Union. Also not afraid of an argument, I'm glad to say.